Hey everyone, it's Michael. Hey, thanks again for the views. I see a lot of you out there viewing things. Today I'm going to show a little bit of love back for all of that. I'm going to share a family recipe that I have been doing myself for 30 years. It's a holiday tradition with these. It's a toasted almond candy. Simple ingredients. It originates from my father's side, from way back on my father's side. So today we're going to do a toasted almond candy. It's 3 simple ingredients: raw almonds, sugar, and water. And it's the way we cook them is what's going to happen. Now I'm going to have a lot of time to share some things with you today while we're doing this. So what I'm doing is I'm turning the heat on high.
Purple flame.
I want this high on high. I know everybody loves that it looks purple. And it's actually red, the flame. But everybody's commenting on the purple flame. But what we're going to do is...
Why you gotta ruin their high? You told me it's actually red.
it's purple. Okay. 1.5 cups of sugar. 1 cup of water. Simple as that. And then we're going to add the almonds to it. I have the flame on high.
And how many almonds is that?
This is 2 cups of almonds. Now, this recipe originates, my Aunt Antoinette, God bless her, she just passed away a couple of years ago, 96 years old. Feisty woman, lived beautifully up until the end. I love her, I miss her. Fortunately, I got to see her before she passed. I got to spend some time with her, and we talked about the recipes and if I was still carrying them on, because I've been making these for 30 years. Me and my mother faithfully every Christmas get together, and this is more or less my job. She does the other cookies, gets them together. I help her bake those, Mom. But I get the almonds because I get to do. You'll see. This is a lot of love. If you look at the way over here with the finished product that I have, I give them as gifts. I go to a house or something, and I love to bring a jar of the toasted almonds, or even if you got a favorite cup, a piece of cellophane over it, or if you got them a nice cup, something with a saying or whatever, anything, any mason jar or whatever. They make a nice little gift, a nice little dry bottle of red wine, bring it over, you know, a nice little holiday treat. But anyway, and a lot of my family and friends have been just dying to know. I'll give everybody the recipe. And I'll explain it to you 50 times, but you won't get it right unless you actually watch this process. So that's the thing that I'm bringing you today. I'm going to show you the process of making these almonds, because it's a process. And it's standing over the stove, so that's why I said we're going to have a lot of time here to talk and do this. We're going to let this come to a boil right now. And as soon as it boils, we are going to keep it on high heat. We are going to keep ourselves on the stove. At Christmas time, I make, let's see, how many pounds is this? This is 3 pounds. We make 5 bags every Christmas time.
15 pounds.
And they go away, and I stand over the stove faithfully between each batch and make this. And each batch takes about 20 minutes, I believe, so we'll probably be here about 20 minutes. Give or take. It might not be as long. But, yeah, so it's a little bit of a process to making them. We're going to reduce all this water. We're going to bring it back to sugar. Then we're going to melt the sugar as we toast the almonds. It's a shame you can't be here to get that aroma, but when you make them yourself, you'll find out. So, yeah, my Aunt Antoinette, as long as I can remember, she was, it was from her side, my father's side. And so, like I said, when I got to see her, we talked about, how I was still making the almonds and carry on her tradition with the cookies and all that. And she was just so happy to know that it was going to stay out there with the family and with the friends. And now with the friends, because I've had a lot of friends asking me, please tell me, please tell me. A lot of family, please tell me.
It's so delicious.
Again, like I said, I could tell you all you want, but until you see this process, you'll never, quite grasp it.
And you need to try to make it a couple times.
Yeah, no. Once I show them this process, once they see this, I think first time they'll get it right. They should. That's what I mean. It's in the process thing. But yeah, we're gonna be bringing you a lot more shows. I'm gonna be doing this daily. Sorry it took me a couple of days to get back to everybody, but you know, just the work schedule a little bit and all of that. I'm trying to fit everything in. But yeah, we're gonna let these come to a boil, and you'll see in just a second they're gonna boil hearty and heavily. And right now I'm not too worried about the stirring too much or whatever. But in a few minutes it's gonna be all about it. And Sunday I'm gonna be bringing you dinner at Mom's this Sunday. And we're gonna go over there, and I'm gonna show you a nice breakfast casserole that we make. And then it's a French toast casserole for breakfast, and then I'm going to show you later on in dinner we're going to make, I think it'll be our first authentic Puerto Rican meal. And there's no better cook than Mom, and you know, when we get together, it's two great cooks at once.
You just thought you were going to make me hungry again.
Yeah. So, well, you just ate good, Christian. Last night we made what we call a pollo guisado. It's chicken stew.
It's very
And
good.
we put it over white rice. So Christian got the leftovers today, so he's happy. Little brother's at work. Tommy's at work, so Christian's behind the camera today. And but as you see, I'm just letting this boil and boil, and we're just gonna stir it. You know, it's not so bad right now. But what's got to happen is all this water is going to reduce, and then when it's dried up and the almonds start to coat with the sugar, we're going to turn down the stove a little bit, and then we're going to remelt the sugar, and that's where the process, you know, really begins. But yeah. So again, back with my aunt that this recipe came from. It was great. I loved talking with her. I mean, she was so old and so wise and so in her mind and all her old age and everything.
So
and
many
the stories she got to share with me, especially those few hours, and it was a few hours I got to spend with her when she was sick before she passed. And you know, she tells me the stories of her and my father in dance competitions when they were younger, you know, growing up when they were in their teens and 20s. And it's amazing to me because my father was in a wheelchair as long as I can remember. So when she'd tell me these stories, it was just so amazing to just vision my dad up and dancing and twirling my hand in the air. And because that's what they did. They did the Lindy Hops and the, I don't even know what dances they had back then. But I just know there's a lot of twirling and twisting and fancy footwork.
Sound like ballet.
I've got the dancing rhythm in me. He gave me the rhythm, but I can't. I'm not a partner dancer, as far as I know. But you see the way with the almonds, the liquid's starting to evaporate. But we still have a long way to go. And I mean, you make these for a holiday. You can make them for, you know, Easter's coming up. It's nice, and you'll see why. And people fall in love, and it looks like it makes quite a bit, but these are so popular, and once people start eating them, they're just like anything else. They don't want to stop.
Too good.
Yep, it's just a great treat. But yeah, and you'll see now that the almonds are cooking. They're softening up actually, while the liquid is evaporating. And then we're going to get to the point where when the liquid's evaporating, that's when you'll start to smell the aroma. The almonds toasting and the sugar just caramelizing. And I wish we had this in aroma vision right now because we'll go crazy. But make them soon and you'll find out how good it is. But yeah, and definitely, guys, wear a little protective clothing if you want. If an almond pops out of the pan or something, please, please, please do not try to pick it up because you are dealing with like a taffy type. This is sugar. Yes, it will stick to your fingers. It'll burn the tips of your fingers or whatever. Just try not to get it on you. You know, wear an apron so you don't get any splats. On the holiday times when I make it, I cover all the extra burners with aluminum foil. That way I don't have to go back and get all that extra splash off the stoves because sometimes it splats when they're toasting. But you see, this is why this is a constant. You have to stay on top of these constantly. Now, no walking away, the phone rings, sorry, whoever it is, I'll call you back. Don't even try to push speakerphone because You'll see why in a second. It's just, and you don't want to burn them, so you gotta stay on top of them. Because and believe it or not, we burnt the batch last holiday, and we put it in the jar for the naughty friends, which was us. Mainly we ate them, and it wasn't that they were bad. They were just overly toasted, and you don't want the burnt flavor. You want the toasted flavor.
But it's still good.
And they were good. We ate them. Are you kidding? We don't waste nothing. And everything's good. Look at the ingredients. The ingredients. How could you go wrong? But this is just all in the cooking process. And this is starting to look like this over here, but that's not even close yet, guys. We're gonna let this water totally evaporate. So, like I said, look forward to a Sunday. We're gonna be doing that. I don't know what tomorrow is yet. I'm just gonna try to bring you some simple things that we all usually have around the house or whatever. And then, we'll share some things that are special, and I'll throw you a couple little half-hour complete meal videos, which will probably be the Sunday one. But I'll try to keep them short, sweet, show you something different every day. And it's been a lot of fun, and I just can't thank you all enough for checking me out, And I'm hearing from a lot of old friends. Hey, old friends. And I'll get on there and comment. I'm learning everything at once. I'm doing all of this, which I'm not learning. I know the cooking part of it, but I'm learning the computer part of it, how to get in and how to put the films in, and that's why I have my editor Christian, which is my cameraman today. But we're all working together. So, and I've already warned my family members, just beware, because I'm going to be popping in to visit you. When I hear you're making something special that's a family recipe, I'm going to be popping in. And even if it's not a traditional family recipe, because my family invents a lot. Huh? What was that, Christian?
You don't know.
Yep.
One of the best things you can do.
Yep. Okay, now look at the way that the sugar is starting. The water's almost all evaporated. And I'm still cooking this on high heat, guys. And the key is, again, I didn't say that in the beginning, well, not the key, but make sure a wooden spoon is a must, and a Teflon pan. So when you do it, and I find these half bowl pans are amazing for this. Wok shape almost, yes. Not quite a wok, but yeah, a wok. But I find them because then you got room to move and all that. Try to use a big enough pan because you'll see why in a second here.
You don't want to
see all the water is starting to dry up and evaporate. And this now, right, you're starting to get the aroma of the almonds starting to toast. And this is where you have to constantly stay on them because you want them to toast, not burn. And then you'll see the way the sugar is drying up. And see, I just got a little on my finger, and ouch.
Great job,
not good. Okay, now that the water is almost evaporated, it's almost to a sugar form, I'm going to go ahead and turn this down to a medium heat. Again, because I don't want them to burn. Now what we're going to do here is we're drying up the rest of the water, and this is the key to these almonds. This is the key that, like I said, I can tell everybody how it is, but until you see this happen, you just don't, know the process. All the water is evaporated. It's all back to sugar form, if you see it. Now, what we're going to do is, and you'll notice at the flea markets and at the fairs and all, you can buy almonds like this that are toasted and just coated sugar like this, and they're good. So there's another little, if you wanted to try a couple like that, don't take them out of the pot, though. But now what I'm doing on this medium heat is I'm going to take this sugar now and these almonds and I'm going to toast them slowly, not slowly, but nicely. And I'm going to stay on top of this pot constantly because I do not want these almonds to burn. I want them just to simply toast. And I'm going to continue to stir and move because what's going to happen is this sugar is going to remelt. And that's what's going to form your brittle, your candy, and all that. This original recipe from my aunt, it calls for only 1 cup of sugar, but I like a lot of brittle. I like a lot of the candy part of it. So I put the half a cup extra to make that extra brittle. But otherwise, you know, if you do just the cup, that's the recipe. That's the original. You know, you'll have the almonds, but you just won't have as much of the toffee part.
Michael, you might want to hurry up because the battery's nearly dead.
Okay, we're hurrying. So how soon do I have on that battery, Christian, before it goes?
No idea whatsoever.
Alright, so what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to melt this sugar here.
We did.
Okay, maybe we can stop real quick and change those batteries.
Yeah.
Can you do that? Hurry, I'll take... No, we can't really. Is it dying or is it still recording?
It's still recording, but it's going to die soon.
Okay, Pete, can you get some backup batteries over here, please? See, those almonds fell out of the pan. Do not even attempt to touch them or do anything.
You're not wise if you do that.
Some of these they're popping a little bit and toasting, but again, you have to continue to stay on top of them, turn them. It's a process. Just imagine me at Christmas time, the love I'm putting into these now. Just imagine me at Christmas time doing this.
This time.
I'm still recording, right?
Yep.
Okay, and now you see the way, you got a good close-up of this, Christian, you see the way that this sugar is remelting now.
Oh, that's
and we're going to continue to just stir them and mix them around. Make sure everything, go all the way around your pot, go all the way and everything. My arm is already starting to fall off, or feel like it's falling off. But
stop it while he's do it. Okay, Mark, I'm going to change back.
Hurry, these. They're recording.
Okay.
Is it recording?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Sorry about that, guys. We had a little battery exchange. My battery life was going. Okay, so as you see, you have it right on these. As you see, the almonds, the sugar is melting, and
the smell is heavenly.
The smell is heavenly, and it's toasting. And we're just going to continue just to stay right on top of this pot. That's why I said we had a lot of time to share things. If I could share some of the stories, but in the future, with my my visit, I can't wait to go visit with my mom. She's one of the best cooks. She's going to have fun, and she's got one of the most, I mean, I could go into her kitchen and I can cook anything and make anything. She has got every spice, every seasoning, every type of oil and vinegar, and I mean, the cabinet's just full because she's, like I said, she is, that's where I get it from.
She is the queen of ingredients.
She just has the passion. And she's got one lucky husband right now. My stepfather, John, he is one lucky guy. He gets to eat all this every night because she does. She cooks every night.
Best part of it
and she still cooks for an army. I mean, my mother can't cook for just the two of them. When she cooks for the 12 of us, you know? I mean, and John gets to eat leftovers all week long. And don't get me wrong, he doesn't bitch. I'm sorry. He doesn't complain.
Well, that's what that means,
he eats it faithfully. Oh, no. He encourages her. Don't try to cut down the recipe. Just make it. I'll eat it. So her pot roasts aren't for 2. They're for 10, 12.
20.
But now look at the way this sugar is just coming together. Now, it's until every almond, until you see these almonds, until every almond is smooth, you'll see it's got the smooth brown, because right now some of them are still sugary, and they still have the sugar coating. I don't want that. I want it like a brown glaze over your almonds.
Heavenly smell.
We're almost at the last process. At the last stage, I'm almost losing that one. Again, do not try to reach for them because you are at a stage with sticky sugar, heat, and hot almond inside, and you do not want to touch that. So, because sometimes reflexes is put it back in the pot or move it out of the way, but no. Just if you lose one, leave it alone.
Yeah, you lost about 3.
So to all my family and friends that have been asking for this recipe, guys,
here you go.
make sure you check it out. Here it is. This is the love I put into you guys when I bring you these every year. And now you can do this.
And bring it
or
to
else,
us.
if it's too much work for you, I'll still continue to get you back on the holidays and bring you some. So you just let me know how you make out, and I'll see who can fend for themselves now or who still needs me to bring them a nice little basket at the holiday time.
Why are you looking at me?
Because you should be able to make these. You've seen me make these a couple of times now.
This is the first time.
Your mama made them the first time, but she didn't see the process, so she didn't make it. See, again, a little burn on my finger.
You didn't do that bad.
See, no, I didn't do that at all. But we're still staying on top. Now you can see that the liquid on the sugar is almost there. Almost every almond has got the glaze on top of it. Like I said, we want a nice smooth glaze on top. And these are at the stage now where I'm going to turn this stove off. Just continue to make sure that every almond is the way I'm very picky when I come to this. I don't want any with all that sugary lumpiness. I want them to be silky smooth and crispy and crunchy.
Perfectionist.
So really, you know, because... yeah, I guess I am. Huh? That's not good. Alright, and now what we're going to do is just a regular cookie sheet. I have one buttered right over here, and again, I just lightly buttered it. It's a non-stick Teflon. Try to use that again as your cookie sheet. Try to use non-stick, you know, the Teflons for this because it's, you know, sugar. Once it's out of the pan, within 30 seconds, it starts to harden. Your pan is hard to clean. Everything's hard to clean. Now, when we put this in the pan, we want this thin. We want it a thin layer. We don't want it all piled on top of each other like clusters. So what we're going to do is right away, you have to work with this right away because it starts to harden up and taffy up and it becomes like a peanut brittle, and that's exactly what it is. I'll show you in 1 second because I have some done. I'll show you the finished product and I'll show you how
You're cleaning that pot afterwards, right?
Oh yeah, I usually immediately immerse it in the water, but I'll get it clean here in a second because I want to finish showing them. But just as thin as you can make the layer, one real thin layer. But don't you know, once you get it, don't pull on it too much because then you're going to start making it all messy looking. So just get you a nice layer. That's it. Okay. So when it cools, it's going to take, you know, give it some time. Don't touch it till it's cold. And then what I do is usually just twist the pan a little bit. And, you know, when it's ready, I just twist the pan a little bit. And it usually just pops and cracks. And you'll start getting chunks like this right here. And then that's when I take them from the pan once it's cool. And I break them into just little pieces. Now, around the holiday times, my aunt's recipe calls for, and I don't make them without it at Christmas time, are the little tiny round multicolor sprinkles. When they're at that stage, you get them in the pan there, sprinkle lightly just a little bit over the top of them, and that is and has been on my aunt's recipes and the way she's made them for as long as I can remember. So yeah, I just break them into pieces like that, and then for home we just put them in a jar and everybody helps themselves. And when I give them out, like I said, we give out. You got a little gift ideas if you'd like to, you know, if you want to buy them a mug, something with meaning or whatever, put stuff a couple, bring a nice bottle of wine. It's a great gift. Also, and people
they are good.
Yeah, they are good. So thanks again for everything, guys, and we'll get a video to you here soon. Let's see what's for dinner tonight. Maybe I'll get one going tonight or tomorrow. We'll see you soon. Thanks again. Have a great day.